If I had more of this, I'd be drinking more of it. I don't even drink. This team's making me drink.
Was that like the
It's a
last
wrap-up
bottle?
show. Yeah, this is it. This is where we're at. But I did have a glass earlier.
Dude.
I didn't drink the whole thing. Thank the Lord for our viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wrap-up show with John and Jim. As you make your way in, subscribe. We've got year-round Padres content for you, good days and bad days like today. Smash the like button for us, even though you hate this game. And you probably hate your life if you're a Padres fan right now. Follow us on Twitter if you want to hate your life even more, at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD, at John and Jim. Subscribe, please. Please join, become a member. You get emojis. And also, please consider the super function by clicking the $sign down below. We'll interact with all the supers here tonight. Let me start with this.
You ready to
here's the deal. Go blame Tatis, right? You're going to go blame Tatis. Go blame Josh Hader, okay? Go blame Yu Darvish in the ninth inning. Go blame Trent Grisham. Go blame Josh Bell. Go blame Juan Soto there with 2 outs in the seventh inning, the bases loaded. Here's who you should blame, and nobody says this. I'm one of the few people that have said this all year. Find someone on the radio, seriously, in this town that has been critical of Bob Melvin and all this year. That was a poorly managed game. It doesn't matter if you had the bases loaded in the seventh inning and 1 out and didn't score. In the ninth inning, you're in a 1-1 game. Why is your starting pitcher either A, getting a fourth time through the lineup, and then B, if he doesn't get the fourth time through the lineup, why would you go to Josh Hader in that spot who hasn't pitched in like a decade and a half? Someone gets a clean inning or Yu Darvish gets the inning. So the manager is accountable for the ninth inning. The players are accountable for their play. The manager has to put his team in a position to win in the position that they're in. And in the ninth inning, that's inexplicable. And it's happened a lot with this team, if we're being honest. The bullpen's been mismanaged. The starters have been mismanaged. We were critical of Jace Tingler for 2 years, and nobody will criticize Bob Melvin. This one's on Bob Melvin, and they can't afford to lose games like that.
I 100% agree with you. What the actual fuck was that ninth inning? Seriously. You have Darvish go out there for the ninth. By the way, Darvish gets the loss tonight. Baseball is so dumb like that sometimes.
He allowed those 2 to reach in the ninth.
The thing with Melvin, and we're seeing it a lot this year, and it's worked out good, and it's also bit him in the ass. He keeps guys out there too long. Too long. And that is what bit them tonight. One of the reasons that they lost tonight. Mm-hmm. The other reason we'll talk about in a second. But
I mean, there's the players are accountable for their performance, but the manager is too. The manager is too.
But we can talk about the ninth inning, right? Who was responsible for the ninth inning? Yeah, Josh Hader hasn't I put it on Twitter,
like in our lifetime.
Maybe Josh Hader sucks right now because he literally never pitches.
Hey, let's put him in the highest leverage spot imaginable. I don't care who you're facing. It's the highest leverage spot imaginable. 2 on, 1 out. He hasn't pitched in 9 days.
Like, maybe if you think he's going through some struggles, maybe pitch him yesterday.
Maybe pitch him right in a 10-3 game.
Like, maybe
you can't go back-to-back days.
Yeah, give him some confidence. Maybe go out there in a 10-3 game. Have a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think a 10-3 game in the ninth inning probably makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't make sense? A 1-1 game where everyone's tight as hell. You can't do anything on offense. And your margin for error is nothing. And was he good? No, he wasn't good. But his margin for error is nothing. And he hasn't pitched in 9 days. You expect him to have a good slider? He hasn't pitched in 9 days. You're pitching in front of 45,000 people? He's had 1 save opportunity, by the way. I mean, even this game, a tie game, is not a typical save spot for. I'm not excusing it, by the way. He wasn't good, but it's on the manager. It's on the manager,
right?
Ruben, thank you for the super. I'm not saying this, but I'm telling you tonight is on the manager.
Yeah,
that's what I'm telling you. You watch enough of this. We watched Jace Tingler, and a lot of that was on the manager. We watched Andy Green. A lot of that was on the manager. Why is none of this on the manager? Why is it that this team hasn't been jump-started in the last 10 weeks?
I mean, maybe – I don't know about that.
Well, why? I mean,
I don't
Why
know,
is it
dude.
every night we say they don't play clean baseball?
Yeah,
Maybe
and Bob
tonight they
Melvin talks
did,
about it
but
all the time. Like Bob Melvin brings that calmness, maybe almost too calm.
I like Bob Melvin. I really do.
I do
I think
too. I
he's a
like Bob
good
Melvin a
presence,
lot.
but I
I
think it
think
was a bad
he's
night.
I think he's infinitely better than Jace Tingler. I think he's the best manager that they've had on this team since Buddy Black. Easily. No
Sure.
questions about
Yeah,
that.
no question. Yeah, I agree.
But there are moments, especially like tonight, where you're like, what the fuck was that?
It's a little unconventional, right?
Yeah, like, and it's not the first time that he's left the pitcher in there too long or waited too long to bring another pitcher in, and then the bringing in Hader in that spot, you're like, okay. Now I gotta blame Hader. He's got to get the job done, dude. You're like,
I don't know, man.
bro.
I mean, I get it. Yes, that's fine, but I mean, there's a reason why it's not a loss on him because there's two on. I mean, you're asking him to basically be perfect. A single, you lose the game. I mean, walk, sack, fly, you lose the game or whatever it was. I mean, he
Yeah,
was bad. What was he? Walk, hit by pitch, walk. He was terrible. But of course, he was going to be terrible. He hasn't pitched in 10 days. He's been terrible for the last month plus in the big
yeah. And
leagues.
his last outing was that blown save versus the Giants. Maybe get him out there so you can give him some confidence. I mean, even the 6-0 game on Sunday in Washington. Like you keep pitching Nick Martinez out there, and Hader literally had a free road trip. He had a vacation.
Right. Like, what do you think he did? Did you see the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument?
Yeah,
And then in Miami, did he go to
South
South
Beach.
Beach? I'm sure it was
Yeah,
beautiful. It was
it'd be
warm, but I
great.
mean, get some
Now,
rays, maybe put
now
some
I,
sunscreen on.
I will say Josh Hader has not been good. Like even before he got traded to the Padres, there was a dip there, and you're like, I hope this isn't like a thing, and I hope it's just like a little bump in the road with the Giants there. Because he had 2 days in
Yeah.
July where it really fucked up his ERA.
Yeah, he allowed like 11 runs in 2 games, but he's been terrible. I mean,
He's been
just has.
horrific.
So
Him
can he redeem it in
him
6
and
weeks?
Josh Bell have been horrific. Brandon Drury's been okay. He's had some moments.
Mhm.
Juan Soto had an opportunity tonight, didn't come through, but overall, Juan Soto has been quietly good, if that's even a thing.
Right, because he
Like,
hasn't driven it a lot, but he's been really good. I mean, if you're just looking at sheer baseball numbers, he's been very good. Other people have to step up. He's been very good. If you're just looking at the ability to
yeah,
get on base,
no,
he's been very
I
good.
am. He's been quietly really good.
Yeah, this
That can be a
team's just been
thing.
so quiet around him, other than
Yeah.
Machado.
No, I love Soto. He's just like, yeah. Other than Soto, the acquisitions they brought in, Drury, I could say he had a couple moments and is good, but man, Josh Bell is just complete. Like he's Eric Hosmer right now, but worse. And Hader has been a massive disappointment. But
Uh,
oh, sorry, what were you
what?
gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, but that's not the reason why they lost tonight, John. The ninth inning. The reason why they lost is this team can't fucking score a run for life dependent on it.
Well, yes and no, but I agree with you 100%. But like, your manager has to put you in the best position to win. If the ninth inning is managed better, in my opinion, you're still playing maybe because maybe it's 1-1. That's the job of the manager. In the moment, yeah, I get it. I wish they were up 10-1 in the ninth inning too. They weren't, but it was a 1-1 game. The game wasn't over. They hadn't
Yeah.
lost, but he put them in a position that made it harder to win than it should have been. We're going to get into it all. I just wanted to start with that. Fran saying, thank you for the super. Bomel, we can't handle this no more. Thank you, France, for the super. No, nobody can handle this. I mean, the lead for the wild card's 1 game, and it's the final wild card, and the Brewers' schedule is soft, and the Padres are playing tight, and the Padres' schedule is hard, and the Padres now, are in line to hopefully split this series. I mean, they need to win 2 of the next 3 to split this series. I mean, do you have confidence they're going to take the next 3 games?
Not really. I mean, tonight was pathetic. Tonight was absolutely pathetic on offense. Manny hit that home run. No one else could do anything. I go back to the 7th inning, bases loaded, 1 out. You can't get a fucking run home.
Yeah,
I mean, Trent Grisham had one of the worst
should
at
be
bats.
embarrassed. Yeah,
I mean, that was an embarrassing at bat by Grisham.
Well, he leads off and he strikes out 3 times. I mean, then you can't lead off because
nope,
you can't
not
do
anymore.
that.
Sorry. You're done. Your
Why
leadoff's
was he
now
leading off?
over.
Why did Jurickson Profar have a night off? I mean, it's like it's go time. Not that Profar's
Yeah.
been good. He hasn't.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't know what other word to say other than pathetic.
It was a bad
Like,
loss. I mean,
pathetic
simple as that.
loss. Like this, you didn't lose to you can be upset still you're losing to the Dodgers, but it's the Dodgers. When you lose to the Nationals, it's pathetic.
I mean, when you're facing Anibal Sanchez in his 7.25 ERA and you could do nothing other than Manny Machado, who has carried this team for years at this point. So you get one real hit in the entire game. It's a Manny Machado solo home run off Anibal Sanchez, who has been awful. You weren't prepared to play this game. Simple as that. I'm telling you right now, they were not prepared to play this game. Travel, excuse. Freaking Fernando Tatis Jr. off-field distraction, excuse. They were not prepared to play the game. If you watch the game, they were not prepared. That's on the players, it's on the coaches, and it's on the manager. Juan, thank you for the super. Says Bo didn't have this lineup in Oakland. John is right. No, he didn't have it. No, he didn't. He did not. That is accurate.
But
this lineup was weird. I mean, this was a weird lineup. Guys get days off, I guess, but it was weird.
What's the difference here? The lineup in Oakland actually, Juan, was a fucking good lineup. Matt Chapman, Matt Olson.
Yeah, towards the end. Yeah. There were some years it wasn't the same as that, though.
I mean, a couple years he had Cespedes. Well, Profar had 20 plus home runs for him. Back-to-back seasons.
He's going to hit 20 home runs here probably. He's got 14.
Maybe. But, dude, those teams were really good. And those teams had just as much talent as the Padres. Not as much. Not as much, but they still had really
had talent, but not Soto, Machado, Darvish, Snell, Musgrove.
No, but a couple years, they were pretty good.
They were
Hendricks, who was it? Lester.
No, you're right.
They're good. They're good teams, dude.
Yep,
good teams.
Well, this should be a good team,
and they're average. They're a 500, or they're one game under 500 since July 1 or June 1. No, sorry, June 1. They're one game under 500.
Well, guess what? All year the Nationals are 40 games under 500.
Yeah,
and the Padres are 2-2 against the Nationals this year. 2-2. 2 wins, 2 losses.
Pathetic.
Against a team 40 games under. They could easily lose the season series. Easily.
Pathetic.
Just watch, folks. I mean, this is a losable season series to Washington. If they don't wake up because your season's on the line. Turbo, thank you for the super. He says 3 hits against a team with 35 wins. Big L. Boom L question mark. It is a big L. It's a bad
players got I don't know what it is, dude. What?
I know it's like you can't put it on Preller, you can't put it on Seidler. If you want to put it on Tatis, that's fine. We can all do it. If you want to hammer Tatis tonight, folks, put it in the chat. You think Tatis? Would Tatis in his debut have saved the team tonight? I don't know. Maybe that would have been the difference.
It's these guys are just. It feels like they're pressing to a level where you got to ask the question why.
Yeah, why are you pressing in August? It's not even September.
Why? You don't have 3 games remaining and you have a 1-game lead.
Exactly. And what's it going to look like with 3 games remaining and a 1-game lead? Not good if it doesn't look good like this with 40 games left.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine what
they're trying to hold on. Tied with 3 to go. Good luck.
Holy shit, man.
Taking on the Giants who are 10 out and they just ruin your season. If it is the Giants, I forget.
I mean, they are that's great. Come at me with the team is average or above average with runners in score position. I'll show you tonight.
Yeah, exactly. They're not clutch. They're just not clutch.
Don't come at me with, their average is good. Well, guess what? That shit's inflated and they're really not that good.
Yeah, when they beat the Marlins 10-0.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Stephen, thank you for the very generous super. We appreciate that.
Steven.
Thank you guys for the supers. Thank you for weighing in. We're going to tell you about our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz, momentarily. Just trying to run through some supers here as you make your way in. Padres lose. Disappointing game, obviously, to the Nats 3-1. There's a lot to get into. Darvish, excellent.
Amazing.
Offense, pathetic. And then mismanaged 9th inning. Padres had the winning run at the plate in Jurickson Profar. He had a 2-1 count, and he grounds out to second. Easy game-ending 4-6-3 double play. John, thank you for the super. He says Jace Tingler got fired with less talent. I would agree with that sentiment. He went 37-23 one year. He was 4 games under the next year. So he was 10 games over 500, and he was fired. And was the team as talented as they are right now? Probably not. I mean, you had Machado and Tatis healthy for the better part of those 2 years, but I wouldn't say that this team is less talented than those two teams.
Yes, Tingler got fired because of off-field stuff more than anything.
Well, the second half. I mean,
and the
he had
second
to
half.
go.
The second, it was a no matter what. After that second half, like, sorry, there's no way we can bring this guy back. None.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was going for his head, and not personally. It's just he had to. It was like if he was the scapegoat, he was the scapegoat, but he had to go.
Can't fire
Shaka,
players.
right. Shaka Kyle, thank you. He says, hard to not overlook the lack of mental toughness on this team. Body language, lack of energy. Fans show up, but where's the talent jumping the chasm to results? Am I saying that right? Talent jumping the chasm to result. It's not happening. It's just not. How can you play in front of 45,000 people and be flat against the Washington Nationals?
Well, you're going to hear the excuse from the homers of it was a travel day.
It was a travel day. Yeah. I didn't like the start time yesterday in Miami, but guess what? It's an excuse.
There was a hard start. There was a weird start time yesterday, and they didn't get in till midnight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck off with those excuses.
Talked to the GM today. I mean,
give me a fucking break.
What does it have to do with Trent Grisham swinging at a 1-2 pitch on his hands?
This is not the first time a baseball team had a weird travel day
or lost a star player.
And guess what? You're facing a pitcher with a 6 ERA. Do better.
7.25.
7.25 ERA.
What were the Padres? Does anyone have the line?
Just you can just lose me on all your excuses.
What was tonight?
I don't care.
Darvish at home against Sanchez. Were the Padres minus 300 tonight? Can someone look that up?
They were minus 400. I saw Craig.
No, they weren't.
They were minus 400. I saw Craig put on Twitter. They were minus 400.
That is such a bad loss. A 4-1 favorite. A 4-1 favorite in baseball is unheard of, and they lost. You do not lose a 4-1 favorite. I mean, you do because of baseball. Honestly, you do. It'll happen, but you can't. Not at this time of year. You just can't. I mean, it's just as bad of a loss as they've had, and we've said that 10 times this year, and they keep getting worse. Quan, thank you. Quan says, you think Darvish was more pissed that he let 2 on in the 9th or the lack of run support? I think he was more pissed that he got taken out. He was pissed.
If Melvin has any inkling that if Darvish lets a runner on, he's taking him out, why even start him in the inning?
Well, then why give him 2? He
let
give him 2 men reach.
Right. Like,
so
it doesn't make sense.
He got 2. Leadoff, single, Cesar Hernandez, and then I forget how the next guy got on.
Yes, I get these texts cabinet quick. Darvish gave the team 8 innings. What's wrong with the bullpen? The bullpen was a 7-run game yesterday. Like your bullpen
is again. What's happening? What are you responding to?
Oh, someone in the chat asked me if I get these, if I see the chat. Yeah, I see the chat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping up with the supers, but yeah.
But I mean, the bullpen's pretty healthy. Josh Hader hasn't pitched in 75 days.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't really tax your bullpen yesterday in a 10-7 game, a 10-3 game.
They went 4 2/3 innings actually, because Clevenger went 4 1/3.
True.
So you had guys down. You probably had 2 guys down.
All right, never mind. But still, I think 8 innings is pretty damn good out of your bullpen, or pretty damn good from your start.
Oh my gosh, absolutely, absolutely.
You kidding me?
I mean, 8 plus. No, 8 1/3. Right? Did he get an out in the 9th inning? I think so.
He did.
I think Hader came out with 1 out.
Yeah, 1 out. Yeah.
Thank you, Quan, by the way, for the super. Thank you, the 2-step for the super as well. He says, and if you want to weigh in with the super, just click the $sign in the chat. We'll get to all the supers. Great way to support this channel. I promise we're going to tell you about Mark Nimitz. Our title sponsor is here tonight in a moment. The 2-step says, went to the game tonight, been to 5 games now. I've seen a grand total of 7 runs. Home offense is something else. Can't take advantage of bad pitching again. And you've harped on this, Jim, all year long.
The offense at home compared to on the road?
Yep. Or just the offense at home.
Oh, dude, the offense at home is it's just pathetic. It's pathetic. I don't want to hear anybody throw a stat in my face. Well, they're actually really good with runners in scoring position. They're average. you're not watching these games.
Right.
Like this team is one of the worst teams in baseball with situational hitting. It's horrendous, dude.
I mean, if they're not, then I don't want to watch the other teams in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
Is how I look at it.
I mean, you have one out with the bases loaded in the 7th inning, you don't fucking score a run.
And who are you facing? I mean, someone with a 5.45 ERA that comes on for a left-right matchup.
Jake McGee, who was designated for assignment early this year, had like the easiest outing of his life tonight.
Let's get to Mark. I need to lower my blood pressure. I'm going to end up dead here tonight on my kitchen floor. And I don't have insurance through Mark for that. I don't have life insurance. So auto, I probably should, Mark. I'll call you. Mark Nimitz is your guy for insurance needs. He's the title sponsor of the wrap-up show. He can save you $750 if you switch your insurance to him. Auto, home, renter's life, which I need. Earthquake insurance. I have my homeowners and earthquake through Mark. I'm about to have my life insurance through him as well. He can save you a lot of money. I had a claim in here recently, a few months ago. He took care of everything, saved us thousands of dollars. There's a link to his website down below. You can get a quote online. You get all of his information. He's a San Diegan. He's a lifelong Padres fan. He's as miserable as you are, I promise, because of what's going on field. But if you want to talk about your insurance needs, if you want to talk about the Padres, call Mark. All the information at the site, there's a link down below. He's our title sponsor. He can save you $750 or more if you have any insurance needs. Please, your first call should be to Mark Nimitz.
Yeah, all his information's above my head, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
Thank you, Mark. Sal, thank you as well.
Thanks, Sal,
for your contribution to the channel. We do appreciate that. Trying to catch up on some supers here. What do you got?
I saw
Jim?
someone in the chat say, you guys need to be angrier.
Should have seen us off the start. If you were, I mean, I can't scream. I mean, we have. It hasn't done anything. Who was it the other day, Jim? Someone's like, you need to hold this team accountable. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
What?
All we do. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go down there and ask for walking papers? I mean, what can I possibly do? What can I possibly do other than critique and critique and critique and critique? And then we critique too much and people say you're too critical. I'm like,
yeah. They're a winning baseball team. Okay,
they're
cool.
10 games over.
They're 10 games over.
Jake, thank you. He says they aren't. And I agree with this, Jake. I do agree with this. There have been some moments where there have been those big innings where all the talent has shined. But it does feel like that it's incongruent, big word, Jim, or like discombobulated. Just not all in unison. That's how it feels.
It does. It feels like a collection of talent, and it doesn't feel like a team that is gelling. And maybe that's what happens when you change so much of your roster late in the season. Maybe you bring in a bunch of dudes that want to perform, and it ends up hurting you because the
dudes were on teams that were 1,000 games under 500.
True.
The Bells and the Drurys and Soto's won at the highest level, obviously. He's been good. Yeah. But I mean, Bell's never been on a good team ever.
Never.
And he is now. And he's won for his last 31.
By the way, you missed a super. Hold on.
My bad. Well, I'm still getting my bad, Cam.
John's very upset
tonight. Jim is here, man. This thing is not always accurate.
It's okay.
Thank you, Cam. He says, will we ever just have a few good days in a row, bad baseball against horrible teams in front of a sellout crowd? What happens in September? F. What do you think, Jim?
Right. I thought we were going to go on a 5-game winning streak here. Like, we had the good vibes going.
Yes, we had the vibes from the supers and the chat and this community.
And then they won 10-3, the Sex Panther, Polaroids. We were good to go. 5-game winning streak.
Grisham.
Thanks, Bob Melvin. Thanks, Josh Hader.
I mean, Cam's right. I mean, you're going to be playing in front of huge. The thing is, the crowds aren't going away. These fans are loyal to a T. The crowds this weekend are going to be huge.
The crowd size doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter.
Crowd size matters, man. Size matters with crowds. I'm saying, like, you're getting the ultimate support.
Yeah. You got to give these crowds. You got to give the crowd something to cheer for.
That's what I'm saying. You're playing in front of 45,000 people,
ready to explode. And it's
all night they're sitting there waiting for something to happen. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. One thing. Manny Machado home run.
One thing. One swing.
That was it. Literally, that was it. one swing. They had like one hit until the eighth inning.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Turbo.
Hold on. Oh, did you get to the two-step here?
Yes, bro.
Sorry. Also,
yeah.
Well, hold on. Sal said his comment was below.
He paid. Cool.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, thank you. So the scary reason for this subtle, slowly building collapse, yes, I'm calling it. That is because so many things have to go wrong for this to occur, and they're all happening right before our very eyes. Yes, it's
the Soto thing went right for the
all
team
over again.
I feel like that was pretty good. Like,
yeah, but dude, you're losing games on replays twice in a week.
Yeah, true.
Like, what are the odds of that?
Not great.
Low.
Very low.
Like, yes, it's the anything that can go wrong. Like, you're in position to win, you lose. That's happened a lot recently. They've been in position to win, they lose.
True.
They're 2-2 against the Nationals. That's a good way to miss the postseason.
Very good way.
Turbo, thank you. He says, Sex Panther ain't it. Time to get serious. Think about this. If the Padres miss the postseason, we will look back and say the Padres' damn rallying cry for the 2022 season was a black cat. The Padres brought a black cat into their dugout for the year.
Look, I know a lot of people got really upset with the swag chain last year. I'm not that type of person that's going to like say they need to get serious, right? Like, come on. The fun
is fun.
Yeah. These seasons are so fucking long that they need stuff like this. This is whatever. Don't concern yourself with a Panther or a swag chain or a Polaroid camera or whatever the case may be. That has zero to do with why they can't score a run. Zero. Okay. When they do score runs, everyone loves it. I know they are. And that's probably why this Panther came out the other day. But when you score runs, everybody loves it. When you don't score runs, everyone says you should put it away because you're not paying attention enough. Like, I don't buy that.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I am. Thank you, Turbo. Thank you, Pseudonym, for the supers. Thank you guys for the supers and hanging out. If you're here, make sure to subscribe. That's all we ask. Make sure to smash the like button. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Subscribe. Become a member. You get the custom emojis if you become a member. Click the join button down below. $sign down below for supers. We'll get to all the supers and interact with them tonight. Pseudonym says, Kim leadoff. Profar and Grisham have not been setting the table for Soto and Machado. I mean, Kim's kind of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Since July 1, he's got that 890 OPS coming into today. Maybe that's a reason to reward him and move him up in the lineup. But I feel like what they've been doing with Kim has worked pretty well.
Yeah, because I guarantee you move him up in the order, he's going to go 0 for 4 tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, that's
exactly. That's how this team's playing.
That's how it's going right now. You move guys around because they're hot, and you put them in positions where they can drive in runs, and then they just go 0 for 4. You're like, what the fuck?
Guys, you don't lose at minus 390. You don't lose at minus 415. You don't lose at minus 400. I mean, you do because it's baseball, but you don't. And you don't see minus 400 lines in baseball. If you bet, you don't see it. That's a bad. There's not a lot of minus 400 games, and they just lost one. Because the pitching matchup was absurdly slanted towards the Padres, but they couldn't score.
Man, this is not good.
What's this about? Ron Washington.
Like, to replace Bob Melvin? Nah.
There's no answers. No answers. I mean, I'm not saying the man. I mean, I'm really not. I'm not saying Bob Melvin's the reason why the team is going to miss the postseason. I mean, maybe I'll say that in 40 days if they miss the postseason. I just think he's had some bad nights, and he gets no blame ever.
Oh, he's gonna get blamed. He's gonna get blamed. He's not a guy that. I mean, I said at the beginning of the year, I can't blame Bob Melvin to the point where we did Jace Tingler last year, but he's by no means
immune.
By no means immune to blame.
JD's third, thank you for this very generous super. He says, I've been a Bomel skeptic since day one. He's proving me right. Team has no chemistry or mental toughness, no drive. Since trade, we are 6-9. And the Brewers knew about Hader. He's fallen with an injury.
I do like Bob Melvin. I mean, you hear the quotes from these players, and they're like, "These are the best managers they've ever had," and that's why I think he definitely deserves and needs to be here. But there are times like tonight where he does not make the right moves, and you're kind of scratching your head. You're like, why? What? Like, he left the guy in too long, and why are you bringing? Now it's not as egregious as what Jace Taylor did last year. That was like the day that 16 inning game should have been fired after the game.
Well, that was a joke, but then again, that was a double switch game. That was an NL style game with the DH. Those situations don't present themselves anymore.
Right, but I don't think I still think Bob Melvin's a good manager.
I mean, I think on the whole he's a good manager because of what he's doing actually to get a team ready to play. I don't know if he's an amazing in-game manager, to be honest.
Like has Bill Belichick ever been criticized for a bad thing he's done? Yeah,
I think so.
Did Joe Torre ever get criticized for a bad move?
Of course, in New York City.
Yeah. Did Bobby Cox ever get criticized for a bad move?
Of course.
Yeah. So you can be a really good manager and still get criticized, but
have bad days. Yep.
And have bad days, but
there have been some bad days.
Right. There's been some bad days, but there's also been some good days. But to say like, oh, Bob Melvin, I don't think he should be the manager. Like, no, stop right now.
I just don't think he only plays. Right. I know. I just don't think he plays. I mean, I'm watching the Nationals. They're playing matchups all night long. I'm watching who they just play in Miami. Don Mattingly's playing matchups all night long. He's making pitching changes with 2 outs in an inning because of a leverage platoon advantage.
Team thing, though, John. It's a philosophy of a team. Giants.
I mean, is it because Jace Tingler did it and Jace Tingler did it last year? So was that the philosophy of AJ Preller last year and not this year? They made way more.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think you're right. Bob Melvin's not like that. Bob Melvin's not like that.
I think
he's old. He has the old school gene to him for sure.
Yeah. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Alex wants to know, thank you, Alex, for the super. Says Mark Nimitz have being a Padres fan insurance. Does Mark have being a Padres fan insurance?
That will cost you a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Can
anyone afford that?
Hey, do you want to hear Josh Hader's numbers since July 4th?
I saw the tweet from Glazer, right? 12. 12 ERA maybe?
11 and 2/3 innings pitched since July 4th. He has a 12.34 ERA with 20 strikeouts and 8 walks.
It's not great. I mean, all he throws is walks or balls.
And his whip is like the greatest in the history of any player that has ever played the game.
Yeah, that might change. On the life insurance, Mark, give me another couple of days of this national series, and you might hear from my wife when I'm dead.
Yeah, by Sunday, you might be getting a call from John that he's like ready to.
Oh yeah, you can ruin your whole season. By the way, this series. I mean, if it was a worst case scenario series, you can ruin your whole season. So just
because you'll go back at the end of the season to this series if they miss out by 1 or 2 games and be like, remember when you guys couldn't beat the fucking Nationals?
Exactly. Does Mark have mental health insurance? Thanks, Pods. Thank you, Juan, for the super.
Yeah,
Mark, what can you sell?
What do you got?
What's available? Whatever's available. Call Mark.
We'll take
seriously. Please, if you're here in the chat, call Mark tomorrow and talk Padres on a Friday and talk about your insurance, please.
Yeah.
Shaka, thank you for the super. Says my blood alcohol content is higher than Josh Bell's batting average since August 2nd. Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the Bell thing is like, Jim, at some point, I mean, how long can you go through a 1 for like 30? I mean, what if this turns into a 2 for 60? Like, season's over at that point.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. It's like, what? Done. Bye-bye.
Eddie says, F the curse lasted 1 day. Money well spent, people.
Hey, they won the game. I mean,
they did win. I mean, better than
we asked
losing.
For a 5-game winning streak, but
God. 4 to 5. 4 to 5 would be nice.
4 to 5. Like, maybe, how about this? Like 8 out of 10. That'd be cool.
Man, that'd be really nice. 8 out of 10. Jared says, and thank you, Jared, says Grisham should never lead off ever. Agreed.
Yep, never. Don't that. No.
He's not a good, he just has not been consistently good. And it's frustrating because he's had some big opportunities. He's had actually a few big moments. He has, but it's been a disappointing year, right?
If anything, you should have Hassan Kim leading off. Right. If you're going to have, not if it's not Jurickson Profar.
Let me answer this, John, very definitively, and thank you for the super. The answer is no. Because you've had
the players.
Green, Tingler, Melvin in 4 years. If you did do that, and it's not happening, you'd have 4 managers in 5 years for Manny Machado. That's not a winning formula. It's bad enough to have 3 managers in 4 years for Manny Machado. So he says, should Bob Melvin be fired if they miss the playoffs? The team is unprepared day in and day out. No fire, no emotion. Listen, I don't disagree with the sentiment of Padres fans. I understand it completely. I would not. I don't. If they miss the postseason and it's a 1 in 100-year collapse again, manager stays.
But here's the crazy thing, John. Like last year, you pinpointed Jace Tingler got to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If it happens this year, who are you pinpointing this on?
Well,
you can't put it on a lot of people
put on Tatis.
You could put it on Tatis,
yeah,
but Tatis
will.
But I mean,
he wouldn't even have been here until literally tonight with 41 games left.
But like, you get my point. Like, if they miss the postseason, usually you can pinpoint like, okay, this needs to be fixed. We need to get better here. But you've literally upgraded in every position, and you're like, the fuck, what?
It's true. You're like, what is it? Again, it goes back to the curse. It's like, what else can these people do? You spend hundreds of millions of dollars. Your general manager sells everything to win now.
For the generational type of player that only comes around once every 25 years.
And then the other top 5 player in baseball gets popped for steroids. Like, wait, what? Like,
yeah. I guess
playing. What do you mean he got popped for steroids? There's no even. How's that possible?
So, yeah. At the end of the day, it might all circle back to you just blame Tatis.
Yeah, well, that's the easy. I think it's a little scapegoaty, honestly. And listen, I hate the situation as much as every Padres fan. Do I think he's potentially cost his team a chance to win the World Series? Sure, we can say that now. Yeah. But if they miss the playoffs, we're going to be like, oh, it's all on Tatis. They haven't played with him for 120 games. Mm-hmm. And now it's all on Tatis? Maybe. And 6 teams are making the playoffs? Maybe. Juan says, and thank you, Juan. He says, the wrap-up show was all a dream. Look at that. I'll duck. The wrap-up show.
I can't really see it, though.
I know. It's kind of...
You gotta like... There you go. Oh, well, now it's just like really weird. Oh, there you go. There you go. Boom. And then, of course, this. Here we go.
The wrap-up show was all a dream.
And then we're like we need a neon sign endorsement.
We seriously do. Is anyone in here the owner of a neon sign company? We'd like to work with you.
Because we have some amazing neon signs behind us.
Whose phone was that?
Oh, what?
My wife is back from
what's up, Kristen?
San Fran or wherever she was, Oakland. Who knows?
Josh Bell's hitting 038. Since when?
Yeah, no, it's higher than that with the Padres somehow. But in his last his last 30 at bats.
Since the start of last road trip, he's won for his last 50. 30?
No, it's like 30. It's like 30. Okay. If you're here with us, stay with us. We're going to get to all the supers. Click that $ down below. Thank you for your support. Again, the Padres lose to the Nationals 3-1. We do want to tell you about one of our great partners here on the wrap-up show, Aura. Their co-founder, Will, is a huge Padres fan. He is a San Diegan lifelong Padres fan. And if you click this Build Your Routine button down below, this is a plant-based nutrition company. You're getting 30% off your very first order. 30% off. All their products are plant-based. I'm talking about the probiotic I take every single day. Without it, who knows if I'd be alive watching this team. For digestion, heart health, mental clarity. They have proteins for after workouts. I might run a marathon after this. They have pre-workout supplements. They have omega-3 oils. They have immunity pills. They have sleep pills. So you're going to need them all for watching this team down the stretch. ORA.organic. 30% off your first order. Click the shop button. Browse while you watch the wrap-up show. Support a partner of ours on the wrap-up show. Local business, offices in Liberty Station. Will, their co-founder, is a great guy. It's a great company. If you're looking to get healthier, please check out ORA.organic.
Yeah, go there right now. Build your routine. You get 30% off your first order. Like John said, they have everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle. Go there right now. You will not be disappointed. www.aura.organic. You'll thank us later.
Yes, you will. You'll absolutely thank us because your health has probably gone by the wayside recently. Oh, yes. Actually, that is not a bad idea, Ben, at all. Jim, do that while we're here, right?
All right.
I think we're at that point.
Ben, what should I say? I'll say word for word. I'll say it. What do you want me to say?
He should say, "Hey," you should tweet out, "Hey Jim, can you tweet out Hater needs to be better for us at Ben Fan or at Talking Friars."
Hey Jim.
I don't hate it. I mean, we need some of that juju. I mean, we need the Bell love. You tried it with Bell. You're like, Bell, be better. He had a hit.
But how can I say be better to a closer that never pitches?
Yeah, like what do you want him to? Yeah, it's a good point. Like,
you
appear less often or appear more often. When do you want to even see Josh Hader again based on what's going on? You want him in a clean inning in a safe spot?
Right.
bizarre. I mean, that's a big problem. That is a really big problem.
I know.
Thank you, Jared. He says Pierce Johnson started his rehab today, which is good. Drew Pomeranz is in the midst of his rehab right now. Pierce Johnson will be September. We talked to Kevin Acee today. Drew Pomeranz, I guess, could be before then. But, okay. I mean, is Pierce Johnson getting 9th innings? Is Drew Pomeranz getting 9th innings? Is Josh Hader going to be moved from the 9th inning after being acquired? I mean,
You can't do that.
I don't think so either. But
how many pitches did he pitch tonight, by the way? Because now it's
he's available
shit.
tomorrow.
He's got to be available tomorrow.
I'm sorry. He hasn't pitched in a month.
None of this Drew Pomeranz shit where you can't pitch on back-to-back days.
He's got to be available every day at this point.
Yeah, that's the reason why they traded for him.
Can I look at this box score real quick?
Don't. It'll just make
Grisham 0 for 4, 3 Ks. Soto 0 for 3 walk. Machado solo home run 1 for 4. Drury 0 for 3 walk. Bell 0 for 4 K. Cronenworth 1 for 4 K. Myers 0 for 3 2 Ks.
Not great.
Kim 1 for 2 2 walks. Excellent. Nola 0 for 1 2 walks is fine, if not good. So you did nothing. I mean, you had a Machado hit. That was great. Team had no opportunities with men in scoring position, and when they did, they didn't capitalize. They were 0 for 4. And then you look at this national lineup, and they didn't do anything, and they won the game 3-1.
Do you want to hear from Bob Melvin or not?
Yeah, I kind of do. Can you pull that up? I need to hear from him.
You're like going to have a nervous breakdown.
I don't think he's going to say anything earth-shattering. And again, I'm not putting like the season on him, and I'm not saying even win if he gets a clean 9th inning, but gives him a better chance to win.
Hold on here. Give me 1 second.
Before you pull it up, Juan, so am I. So am I. Thank you. I'm ready for San Diego State football and basketball. Thank you, Juan.
Yeah. This Saturday. What's up?
This Saturday will be at the scrimmage, yeah.
This was a quick presser.
Scoring positioners, guys on base.
It's been a theme. Obviously we only had a few opportunities today, but we had a chance to open it up with bases loaded. We just didn't come through.
It's frustrating in the sense that it's hard to tell what's going on there.
Yeah, I mean it's somewhat we've been doing it to an extent all year. You start to press a little bit, maybe. I don't know. We felt like we had the right guys up. Just didn't happen for us today.
Wait, no, that's not the whole thing, is it?
It's all they gave us.
That is hilarious.
What the fuck?
That is. Wait, is Patrick Corbin tomorrow? You think minus 400? I mean, if you lose to Patrick
he's Sunday,
Corbin,
but he's Sunday versus Sean Manaea. That could be a shit show.
That could be. Hey, what's the over under? 39 in that game? It's like an NFL over under. It's gonna be higher than Bills Rams over under.
If Patrick Corbin
shoves
on Sunday,
6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run,
I will officially call the season over.
Wow. Really? You're basically saying a precursor. You can just predict out. I mean, we said in 2021, I'm like, you're watching the unraveling of a team in front of your eyes. Now, I didn't feel that way about this team, and I still don't. But we could feel different at the end of the series if you lose the series.
If you lose to Patrick Corbin,
who hasn't won a game in like a decade,
there is no fucking hope. Done. No hope. If you don't,
I don't know if you're beating Tony Gonsolin and the Dodgers 10 times.
You don't beat the shit out of Patrick Corbin, bro. I'm done.
It's a great super from Alex. That is a great super and a great point. What do you need to do to play free and loose? You have a freaking Black Panther cat thing. You have Polaroid pictures. You have 50,000 people. You have Musgrove bobbleheads.
Yeah.
What do they need to do?
If that will be the rock bottom. That will definitely be a rock bottom moment for sure.
Yeah, it is. Where are you at Productions? Thank you for the super. I think the first time we've had a super from Where You At Productions. Thanks for hanging out, man. Greatly appreciated. We appreciate your support. Again, if you want to weigh in with the super, click that $sign in the chat down below. He says, was the Panther in the house tonight? The answer is yes. Machado took a Polaroid with him. Bench Bell. Everyone needs to step up. Bell needs. Why is Profar, who's been bad, getting the day, but Bell isn't getting the day? Like, after you got the hit, give him a day.
Because they need to get Myers in there.
No, they don't. It's not like a requirement.
I don't know.
Although Myers has been good. You're right. He had a 3-hit game somewhere in Miami, maybe.
Sure, I guess. Yeah.
That was the most amazing press conference video from Bally Sports I've ever seen.
Like
That is
30
so
seconds,
funny.
like nothing. Marty also
Hey,
has something
Bob.
up.
Yeah, what does Marty have?
Hold on.
Yeah, I need some Marty.
It's all over it today. All right. Marty's was 2 minutes long.
Oh, okay. So there's some inside info. Is it with Melvin or no?
It's with Melvin, yeah.
Oh, I need the 2-minute version because we got the 30-second version.
Bally's like, whoever was doing the
He's like, I'm out.
social
I'm
media tonight
done.
for Bally's was like, I'm fucking
pissed.
done.
Like I've been
30,
watching
you
this
get
team
30
all
seconds.
Year.
Yeah, you get 30 seconds, that's
Dude,
it.
sometimes they give us like 6 minutes.
I mean, that's what makes it tough is because of the pitch counts. But, when going into the inning, I was going to let him get 2 base runners. And, if I let him give up a hit there with Hader warming up, I mean, I have to be right. I wasn't. It didn't turn out that way, but that was my thinking once the inning started. Just lack of command right now. When he hits a guy, when he has a couple of strikes, he's just, pulled the breaking ball, kind of missing arm side some. We haven't seen him a ton. He hasn't pitched a lot, but we brought him in here for a reason. And like I said, when the inning started, I was looking at 2 base runners at the most.
Might you change? I know this is how Josh likes to do it. He always has, but might you change things up, try and get him in more? I know that's very difficult, but
yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about that some. Maybe I just bring him in to start the inning, but I felt like you deserve the opportunity to go back out there.
I know this is also difficult to address at this point. Might Josh Bell need a day off at some point to reset?
You know what? We scored 1 run today. I don't think it was just one guy. I think he wants to fight his way through it. Certainly in talking to him, he certainly wants to, be that guy, and he will at some point in time. So again, he's here for a reason too.
The decision to let you start the 9th inning, is that predicated on how well he had pitched and how?
Yeah, and I talked to him too. And maybe that's the mistake was letting him start the inning. But he, really there was only 2 balls hit hard, by the 9-hitter, the entire game. So, the pitch count was under control. But so that's why I let him go back out there. We had righties coming up, but 2 base runners was what I considered once the inning started.
You've been in the game a long time, not necessarily in a situation like this, but you've got a closer who's coming here. He hasn't done well. You've got some guys who are hitting 300 who come here and aren't hitting. Could you have imagined that it would go this poorly at this point?
There's still a lot of games to be played, and I think things are going to get better. I mean, these guys are here for a reason. They've had great seasons to this point, and I'm confident it's going to happen.
Well,
So?
okay. I'm very glad that we heard those questions asked, and I give Bob Melvin credit for saying, "Hey, maybe that's where the mistake was made." So that's he's admitting a level of fault, and I respect that. I really do. Here's going back to that, and I was very critical earlier on. I don't care what the pitch count is. Darvish is now facing a lineup for a 4th time. That's extremely rare in today's baseball. I mean, extremely rare. So now you're allowing him to get 2 men to reach. Well, why? It's the 4th time through the lineup. So okay, I kind of buy it. But then once someone reaches, I don't think I want Hader pitching in a non-clean inning. He hasn't appeared in 9 days. So it's 2 mistakes for me. 4th time through a lineup, mistake. Bringing Hader in, mistake because it wasn't a clean inning. I would not have been critical if Hader started that 9th inning and won 1 game and he blew it. I'd be like, Hader sucks. Whatever. And I wouldn't have been critical if 2 were on and he brought in, name the guy, Luis Garcia. And then Garcia gave it up. We're like, wow, what? You know what I mean? It was just bad. It was just bad.
And
I'll
say this,
some level of responsibility.
Like come postseason time, this team makes it. And if Josh Hader pitches better, like you got to get through that situation too, because in the postseason, it's all hands on deck all the time. There's no time to baby him and give him like a clean inning.
Well, Yu Darvish ain't getting 2 batters in the 9th inning in the postseason either. 4 times.
That's true as well. That is very true as well.
I mean,
I'm just talking about from Hader's perspective.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If that's the postseason and you're in a 1-1 game and Darvish has been that good through 8 innings, I mean, maybe you could start a 9th inning with him. That would be an incredible postseason performance. but not two base runners. No way. No way.
Yeah.
Jared,
100%
great
yeah.
point. We've been talking about it, so the black cat isn't bringing us luck. It's a little ironic if they don't play good baseball with this cat, in my opinion.
A little bit, yeah.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you, JD's third with the super. Says, would Soto want to sign an extension with all the dysfunction? Well, it's way early. It's way early,
It's
thankfully.
like 14 games, dude.
Because he's got 2023 and 2024, and it's not happening in 2022. With all the dysfunction engulfing this team, and if we miss the playoffs, will he bounce, hit free agency? I don't think 2022 is going to play any factor in his future. I really don't. Because there's years, like literally 2 after 2022, where he has to be here. He has no choice.
Right.
I don't think so. I don't think it's a factor at all. It just sucks.
Right.
Let me get to a couple more supers here. Oh, Juan, thank you again. He says Bomel needs to Sparta kick his team or himself. What does that mean, Jim?
I think it's from the movie reference. Oh, is that Jones?
No, not Jones. Jones is sleeping.
That's your wife?
It is.
That's what you say your wife
from.
Finally?
Well, yes, exactly.
Perfect.
Hi. Well, I will. We're going to be done in like 8 minutes. So hang out.
She's like, get off this fucking thing right now.
And enjoy your cheese stick. She's having a cheese stick.
Very nice. Very nice. It's like a movie reference. This is Sparta. Don't worry about
This
it.
is hilarious. This is exactly right, Pedro. I mean, and I don't blame her.
Stupid Padres.
Yeah. I don't blame her. Rich booed Trent Grisham tonight. And Rich, you're like the staunchest defender of Trent Grisham. Like, one time I was like, oh, Trent Grisham's been okay. And Rich's like, how dare you say he's only been okay? He's the greatest player ever.
Rich was like the king of the Trent Grisham crowd. And then you're booing him? Bro, come on, man.
This is a great question, Anthony. Like 1990 never.
He has 1 home run this year, John. There was an at-bat tonight where he looked
Name the home run.
I don't remember. But there was an at-bat tonight where he looked so overmatched. It wasn't even close. Ball was like 98 up in the zone, out of the zone. He swung through it. He just was like, oh, like it was just like.
Oh, wait. When he was like 10 minutes late on that one swing?
Yeah.
He was
Remember
so
that?
late. He got
Like,
beat
oh,
so bad. Now, some batters tonight, again, it's like there were some guys who were beat badly on fastballs. And people are like, well, they're not a good fastball hitting team. Well, maybe that's why. I mean, they take fastballs, but even when they don't, they're late.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they only take fastballs and hunt breaking balls, because they can't hit a fucking fastball.
Pedro says I'm in timeout. Couch time. Yes.
Yeah,
probably
you are.
True.
Yeah, the wife wants cuddles. Hurry up, John.
Thank you, Juan. Juan is literally supporting the ending of this show. Thank you, Juan.
Well, we need to get to Omar.
Yes, we do. Let's do that actually right now. Thank you, Juan. Thank you guys for your support. We do need to tell you about one of our partners here on the wrap-up show, Omar Sanchez, Edge Home Finance. If you have mortgage needs, Omar is your guy. Whether it is whether you're looking to refinance, whether you're looking to get into your dream home, you got to contact Omar Sanchez at Edge Home Finance. San Diegan, lifelong Padres fan, went to San Diego State. Scan the QR code on the screen right now. You're going to get all of his information. You can also text him, 619-387-7798. That is 619-387-7798. He's your San Diego native mortgage broker. Again, if you're looking to buy your dream home or you want to refinance to consolidate debt, if you're in the process of buying or refinancing and you need a second opinion to make sure you're getting the best deal possible, call or text Omar. You're getting a free consultation. If you're looking for referral partners to expand your book of business, reach out to Omar. Realtors, CPAs, insurance agents, divorce attorneys, immigration attorneys. Omar wants to help you grow your business as well. He's available to you 24/7. The number is 619-387-7798. He is here to help you with your mortgage needs.
Yeah, scan the QR code, top of the screen there. It'll take you to his website, edgehomefinance.com. But the best way to reach him, 619-387-7798. When you reach out to Omar, our good buddy, let him know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you.
All right, guys. This is as disappointing as it can be. So we're gonna be back tomorrow.
Nothing else to say. We're just gonna be upset on the radio tomorrow for 4 hours. We start at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, we're on the radio at 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna yell some more later at night unless they score like 8 runs and win like.
Before we get
8-1.
out of here, we do want to thank Eric Lanier at Higher Impact Financial for sponsoring our podcast, which is the audio-only edition of the Wrap-Up Show. Anchor.fm/Wrap-Up Show. If you have financial needs, higherimpactfinancial.com. Thank you, Eric, for your support of the channel. Go to anchor.fm/Wrap-Up Show. Please subscribe to our podcast. Pick up some merch that you can wear when you have a brown paper bag over your head at Petco Park in
Dude.
September. You can. I'm kidding, kind of. And also, please consider becoming a member.
Jesus.
Custom emojis and badges and members only content. Please support us. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Please support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, Auto, Home, Renter's Life, Earthquake Insurance. He can save you $750 on your insurance needs. Aura, our buddy Will at Aura. You can save 30% off your first order. ORA.organic, plant-based nutritional products. And we just told you about it. Omar Sanchez. If you have mortgage needs, text him right now, 619-387-7798. Omar Sanchez at Edge Home Finance. Peace. Try to sleep. Season's not over. But if they lose to Corbin,